You beat 100 on the land, the seas, the skies, pledge allegiance to your hands, your team, your vibes. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe OMI Definity DEVVE DACAT SHIRO update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon. Smash that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Guess what? This is the last stream I'm going to make before New York Comic-Con. I love this game. So tomorrow, even though I'll be in New York and I'll be at one of the after party, I don't even know where the after party is. Someone's gonna have to tell me. I'm not streaming tomorrow because of that. Partially because of that. But I actually have a call tomorrow night. It's for, well, I can't say who it's for, but it's I got a meeting, and I might have to take the meeting while at the party, and maybe with a drink in my hand. I've only drank 2 days in September. One was the 17th. Oh, I might have only drank 1 day in September. Oh, did I have a? Yeah, no, I think it was just the 17th. Oh no, I did it on the 26th as well. On September 26th, I had half a White Claw, so I think that counts. And then 17th, I just went crazy. Anyway, so I haven't drank in a while. So y'all might get me swifty. We'll see. Arcturus, number one. Potsy Weber, what's going on? It's been a while. Are you going to Comic-Con? Well, I see you there. I haven't seen you in a while. I go to New York now like once a month. I might not go in November. I might go in November. Some of my friends are doing Friendsgiving, I think on the 8th. But I have a Vegas trip that next week. So, you know, I don't know if I'll go. I don't think I want to go for dip. They're doing, so it's not like a Friendsgiving, it's a Dipsgiving. And listen, as much as I love food, I've gotten to the age now where a lot of my friends they're married and they have kids, and they're like, yes, bring some dip. We're gonna have a nice family Dipsgiving. And if I'm gonna like travel, like I'm traveling for Comic-Con, hella parties, traveling for Vegas next month, hella parties. And I just I don't know if I can do that just for some dip. That being said, I try to come back once a month. Anyway, let's get it on here. What did I title this thing? VeVe app updates. Yes. OMI exclusive comics. DEVVE Definity DACAT SHIRO. Okay, so the app update. There was a 30-second video where you had Dan Carruthers say, "Hey everyone, Dan here," and then he goes on talking about the new app update. And for about 4 seconds, like from the 20th second to the 24th second, what was front and center? Now, it's community posts, so anyone on VeVe can upload whatever they want. And obviously you have over here, you have Harry Potter talking about, or Ari Potter, His Infernal Majesty is looking at a frozen food section at a grocery store. Or it could just be refrigerated, might not be frozen. You see like some like dairy and maybe pudding on that side, and on this side might be alcohol. It doesn't matter, right? It's cool. And on the right, you could see a Harley Quinn walking past a door that's guarded by RoboCop. That's pretty cool. Got some smoke in there. I wonder what that's from. Maybe Slimer smoke. But then you have Stacks ROI. I have zero idea if there's anything VeVe related in this. I don't think there is. It looks like AI. It looks like a Pikachu cheesecake, maybe, on top of a bacon cheese McGriddle from McDonald's. I don't know. All right, so M'Baku. I'll finish it for you. Forever. Okay, so I don't know how many people had to give okay, this looks good on this video. Where on this video they could have just, hey, let's do some community posts that doesn't have a fucking Pokemon in it, and they did. So I assume this had to go by at least 3 people. The person that made the video or edited it, that could be one of the same person. I assume it had to go by Dan, who announced this freaking thing, was like, "Hey, how's it going? This is what we have," and I assume it had a final sign off from David. So there's at least 3 people that were cool with having a Pikachu in 4. Like, this is not a long. It's not like, yeah, it's like a 3-hour video, and for 4 seconds there's this Pokemon, which, don't get me wrong, the community would have picked up on anyway. This is a right. They posted it on YouTube too, and if I didn't they? I could have sworn they posted it on YouTube, but I'm tripping now. I'm not. Oh, it's a short. Yeah, it's a 1 minute. It's a 1 minute and 20-second video. And 3, 2, there.
So we've got everything on this one page. So for you,
it's almost 5 seconds that it's on there for. Like, so they had to, like, Dan's voiceovers on this. I'm gonna look at this at one of 3 ways. The first way is if just like they're all super busy and like, hey, throw something together real quick. We have an update. We got to get this out. I'm doing 8 other things right now. So they talk to the video guy. Like, okay, yeah, sure. David tells Dan, like, hey, we have this video we have to do. We have this update. We want to do a video for it. Dan, can you please do something? Yeah, sure, David. I'll write a script, or I'll have somebody write a script. I'll just read it. And then, so the person that wrote the script and might not even seen the video, they could say, like, they could have talked to somebody that made the video, say, hey, just, throw something together real quick. Doesn't need to be super awesome. It's just a 1 minute video on the update that we have. And it is a cool update. If you haven't updated your app, by all means, go do that now. What's up, Iron Man 616? Thank you for reposting the stream, Planet Vampire. You commented on something before, and I liked your comment. I don't know what it was. See you near Comic-Con. Oh my God, it's so close. So close. Pokemon confirmed. I don't think it's confirmed, but it's still fun to talk about. So new layout, it just shows different stuff that was already there. Start your collection with VeVe. Oh, okay, it's really cool. It shows a bunch of the brands, and it shows, I didn't even see this, officially licensed, exclusive limited editions. It goes over the, a lot of the positives that VeVe has. And again, when taking a look at the community posts, maybe the person that did this is like, you know what? I'm going to include, maybe they didn't care. Maybe they just like, okay, yeah, whatever. We're going to take this. We're going to throw that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're good. And maybe they just didn't even notice. Or maybe they saw it and it was just like, okay, is that Pikachu? And just didn't think twice about it. And then Dan's just like, hey, is it good? Let me, it's fine. And then David just, I am Grooted it. Somebody talked about, yeah, I'm Groot. Yeah, sign off. But that's probably what happened. Or maybe each person was just like, oh, I don't know if Pikachu should be in there, but I don't want to be that guy. Like, we have a deadline. Can we really afford to, like, redo this one? Let's just get it out. Like, and they're probably all thinking that, and nobody said anything. Or it's like a tease, and it's just like, hey, it would be fun. Let's do this, and they just do it. And maybe they're just being mean. Be like, you want to throw Randy into a tizzy? I'm in. How do we do it? Let's put a Pokemon in there. Let's make I have no idea who Stack's ROI is. It could be someone that they just made up to go in and just like, yeah, let's put this on there just to mess with Randy. And you know what? If you did, guys, I gotta tip the hat to you because you did it. You got me. Brown Cooks, what's up, Randy? VeVe may have been hit with a cease and desist on the release of Harley X Elvira comic, no longer available for purchase. There's no way it was a cease and desist, but because they have the rights to, because it was from was it Bad Image or Bad Idea, whatever it was called. I think I have it. Well, I don't have the comic. I mean, I think I have the screenshot. Yeah, it was from Dynamite. Yeah, it was Harley Quinn X Elvira from Dynamite. So it's not like it was from a. It's not like they were trying to use a license that they don't have. Like, it's legit from Dynamite. They have this license. They have this thing. Maybe DC. So there was a Wolverine Batman crossover recently, and that was not available either. So maybe DC is just being bitches about their IP. Like I don't know. Like it seems that DC, because of the horrendousness that has been plaguing their IP for like years now. I mean, I feel like they have not made good decisions on how to treat their IP, where to, and now I don't know if they're being this persnickety about it. Like, bro, like you're literally it's like when you see a promiscuous person that is out there, like, okay, you're boinking all of these people, but when it comes to someone that you really like, oh, you're not like it makes no sense. I don't know why DC is like, and again, I don't know if it had anything to do with DC. I don't know if it had anything to do with this, but they definitely did not get hit with a cease and desist, because that's not exactly what that's for. Maybe Zombie said, "Yo, what up, Zombie? Give me those eyes." Yeah. Anyway, anyway, where was I? Where was this? I could have sworn okay, there it is. Why did they do that? I don't know. Maybe it was a tease. Maybe they purposely put it in there because, yeah, we got it. Or it was just a thing. Most likely it was just like, they might say something, but whatever, it'll get people talking about us. Or the opposite, and be like, yeah, like this is clearly just an AR photo. It's just whatever, or made with AI. Anyone who thinks this is teasing anything is brain dead. So okay, again, got me. Either way, I just thought it was cool. I thought it was interesting. Why leave that in there? Why put that in there? Was this a conscious decision? Was it not? I think it's pretty fun though. Either way, it's fun to talk about. Anyway, that was that one. OMI exclusive comics. All right, we'll take a look at a Comey here. No, I don't care about that. Okay, where are we at? 7 hours ago, Comey made a post saying OMI is making its way to New York Comic Con. Catches at the VeVe official booth, number 3327, from October 9th through October 12th, and this tomorrow, and explore the token that powers where the world collects. Exclusive Comic-Con drops will be available for purchase with OMI. You won't want to miss this. So I don't know what type of drops, exclusive Comic-Con drops will be available for, like, drops on the app. Is it going to be, oh, Jen, are you okay? Good? You good, girl? I don't know what type of drops they're talking. Is it going to be physical drops that you have to be there for? And if you buy it with OMI, can you redeem it in the app? This is interesting. I don't know if anyone obviously David will be there. I don't think Foster's going. If he is, I don't know. Did we ever get that massive VeVe announcement? Maybe they announced. No, we did. Listen, if I had to guess, they're probably waiting for the alt season NFT bull run. And maybe that's something that was not clear earlier. Because the announcement, unless they had an announcement, they thought it was in the bag, and whatever the announcement was, maybe it's not happening now. But when Foster said the other day, "Hey, I don't have all the info readily available, but maybe 5 to 10% of the OMI utility that's currently, like, out of the OMI utility that's currently out, that's about 5 to 10% of it." So clearly there's a bunch of other stuff that's either ready or in the pipeline. And it's like, okay, well, why not at least announce it or tease it? It's like, okay, well, when we announce something, it never goes well because it's delayed, people get mad, and it's like, okay, well, fair point. Well, why does that happen? It's like, because it's tech, and we could say one thing, and it's going to normally take X amount of time longer, and nobody really understands that, because I mean, they should by now, because if you've been investing in tech for a while, you know that delays happen everywhere, sometimes years. It's like, okay, well, you know, how do you stop that? Like, why is it taking this long? And I don't know what the technical team behind it is. I know that Stacker tends to work very well. Stacker's team is exceptionally good at what they do. The VeVe app you still can't search for, like, and again, the app update is good, and maybe they fixed it with this app update. Let me type in Fantastic Four number 5. Okay, what I typed in, and Fantastic Four number 16. Okay, well, at least it got Fantastic Four right. 31, 23, 25, 20. At least that one had a 5 in it. Okay, 5. All right, hold on. 8, 9, 10. All right, I'm legit at like 20. There's Fantastic Four number 1. That's awesome. Okay, there we go. There we go. It took about 40 down, but it's there. And again, oh, these are less than $4 for the common. Not bad. You know, you still can't really search for individual items. And now, granted, that's for a comic, and there are like thousands of Fantastic Four comics on here. If you type in VeVe Gold, it's the second thing that comes up. If it'll, you know, go here. Okay, we'll give that a second. Go back. VeVe Gold. I'll type it in again, and it should come up in 3, 2, 1. Oh, anytime I would type this in, it would. Okay. I know the app is going to be down later. Okay, here we go. It's a third thing that came up. So that's much easier. So it depends on what you try to search. What I'm trying to say is that if you go down to first principles, like, okay, why don't you announce things? It's because when we do, there's an expected timeline. We give a vague one, and even then, it's, you know, it never hits. But why else wouldn't you announce things? Like, okay, well, what's happened with the other bigger announcements that you've had before? It's like, well, we've had some incredible ones. You know, we've had Blackpink. That's insane. Binance offered them how many millions of dollars for it, and it's like I don't know. One day that story has to come out where how the F David got Blackpink to sign on to VeVe instead of Binance. Bro, that is absolutely insane. That is one of the most insane licenses I think ever. And they got them, and it did nothing for our users. So it's like, okay, that's probably why it's not a great idea to announce these big fantastical things when we're not in that NFT bull market. We're not in that narrative. So if I had to guess, the announcement that we were supposed to get in like April or May, whatever, or whenever, it might not have been that early. Whenever the what's that called? Lisbon. Whenever Lisbon was, I think the reason that we only have some of the OMI announcements and we only have certain VeVe things right now is because they're waiting for that NFT bull market. So yeah, I would say that that's probably the most logical thing. There could be multiple other reasons, but that's just the reason that would pop out to me. Anyway, Artur says, Foster posted, it's just physical drops. Oh, okay. Oh, so you can only get them if you're at the con. Okay, I will take that. I'm curious how they're going to accept the payment. Like when we give Akomi the OMI for those physical drops, where does it go? I'm assuming the Akomi business development wallet. Or will it go to a burn wallet? Definity Markets say, during a recent interview, Chris Park, founder of Definity Markets, was asked about the competitive landscape in the institutional digital asset space. Below is his response. There are a number of businesses operating in broadly the same space as us, including One Trading, a strategic partner of ours, Zodia Markets, Crossover Markets, Crypto Finance AG, Hidden Road LLC. However, none of them have as sophisticated a product offering as we do. It is our view that nobody has managed to put the pieces together to bridge digital assets with TradFi in the way that we have. What we're doing is not easy, as many might think, and there have also been a number of very heavily backed businesses trying to operate in this space that have failed to get a viable business model up and running and have folded, such as Pure Digital, for example, which was backed by BNY Mellon and State Street. My God. I'm going to give him some hearts over there. Love that for Definity. I mean, love that in general, not just for Definity, but yeah. And Hidden Road, didn't they get bought for like 1.25 billion earlier this year? I don't know. Wonder what their revenue was like. Anyway, let's yeah, I would rather the OMI go to the business development wallet though. You know, really pad that instead of just being burned. But you know, we'll see. Crazy Legs. What are your thoughts on VeVe removing the Harley Quinn X Elvira #1 comic they out released today? First DC comic on VeVe. Well, no, it was a, I don't know, was it a Dynamite, that image? Oh God, I can't remember I don't know why I can't remember it. Yeah, it was a Dynamite comic. And I mean, granted, it had the DC stamp of approval on there. You could even see it super close up. It had the DC stamp of approval. I don't know why. Was anyone able to actually buy it and read it? First DC comic, I think they messed up. Does it become a grail? Well, can you have? I mean, I don't think there are any. If they took it away from the store, there's no way that they. I mean, I'm checking for it now. There's a bunch of Elviras on here. I gotta start reading these. These look good. Yeah, there's no filters. We'll just do comic, just to make sure. Yeah, I don't. It's. I think the people that had gotten it, like the people that had bought it, there's no way there's no way they're able to let them trade. So, which is not fine. It's just I don't think it's going to become a grail because there's no way for people to buy it. If that was the case, where there was like maybe a couple hundred of them, then yes, that could have become a grail. I wouldn't say grail. It could have just become a thing where, hey, here's a really important mistake, and here's something that's really cool, and there's history behind it. Like that has a few layers. Also, like Elvira's boobs, right? So I think that I would love to know the reason. I would love to know officially why. I'm assuming it had something to do with DC. I'm assuming it had something to do with their pick up the phone and be like, hey, yes, we allowed Dynamite to have this crossover, but we didn't allow them to do this. I don't know. Legally, I think VeVe has every right to do this, but VeVe's probably just like, okay, listen, whatever. We don't want this fucking lawsuit. We'll just fucking, like, we're well within our rights to do that, but as a favor to you guys, we'll just, you know, if you want it off, we'll take it off. And hopefully VeVe got some hand there. Hopefully VeVe has a little bit more power now. It's like, okay, we'll do this, but you're gonna have to, you know, do something else for us. Because I do know people that were excited about this, and we'll go over that. 24 minutes. I haven't really gotten off of crypto yet. No official announcement, but if you go to VeVe Comics, you get an error when you try to click on it on the homepage. I bet. Abe says, brah, guess who's first again? Yep, Abe is my man. Get that bread. So it says, I ran into the same problem too while searching. Available to buy on secondary. I cannot find this on secondary. What, do I just type in Harley Quinn instead of Elvira? We're gonna filter. There's no way it's gonna be in comics. Yeah, there's none. Again, I can't find it on secondary unless it's Oh, fuck, it's right here. Give me 1 second here. I'm not paying $80 for one, so it's just not happening, unfortunately. I don't know what that's gonna do. Now you got me curious though. VeVe Comics. Huh. What is the Dynamite? Okay, we're gonna go to Dynamite here first. It had to have come out today, right? It was another Powerpuff Girls. Okay, oh, that's featured. Okay, popular series. Can I just get the ones that came out today, please? The Boys, Thundercats. Okay, maybe I don't even need to go to Dynamite. Maybe I could just see like release today. Bestsellers, popular series. Can I just get one that today, please? Oh my gosh, I don't care about great starting points. There should definitely be all right, new this week. All right, hang on. Prophecy, Lord of the Jungle, Peter Cannon, no idea who that is. Evil Ernie, Athena, Barbarella, John Carter, Captain Planet, Marvel, Black. Okay, what is binary? I can guess. Han Solo, Long Shot, Celebrate. Okay, Sabretooth Tiger, Punisher. I am not. I don't know how y'all even get to click on the thing. I can't even click on the thing. There's no Harley Quinn X Elvira on here. Yeah, it's not even letting me. Yeah, the rest of them are okay. All right. 901 are left. Not sure how many. If there's 901 left and there's keep 10, so 89 have been bought. Yeah, I don't remember if VeVe holds. Yeah, well, they hold 10, so yeah. Why did VeVe pull it? And I get. Oh, I don't know. I mean, read it now, like just in case. All right, maybe if I type in Elvira, it'll show on the. Because for me, it's not even showing. Yeah, it doesn't even show for me on the VeVe.me/comics. Unless, do I have to type in Harley Quinn? Let me type in Harley. I don't. Yeah, there's no matching results, so they definitely took it off. I'm jealous. God, 1 second. Piece of art hanging in a gallery. Oh wow, wow! I can tell us too. Oh, good for you, girl. Good for you. I did scroll through the newly listed. So I'll read them off. All right, new this week. Oh, I think you're talking about on. Yeah, we'll take some time. Take the risk, but no for $80. No, main page it shows Green Bay. It's like the fourth one. Yeah, I ain't trying it for $80, bruh. Well, I was looking. I mean now if we're talking about the app, I found it, but yeah, $80 a lot. VeVe Comics and the page take a few seconds. But on this side there, it's gone now. The newly listed is gone. Well, the newly listed is there, but it ends where it ends on like Spider-Man #2. You know. Anywho, let's get to some crypto because we've gone a half hour without doing that. What are we starting with here? Let's start with Definity. We just read a little bit of them. They're up about 7%, almost 8% to 2.5 cents. Not bad, not bad. Most recently was a sell of $1,000 from this guy. No idea what his name is. He's got $1,000 though, of USDC because he sold 1,000. He sold his bag. I had a $1,600 buy recently from this guy that has $11,000 worth of Definity. Not bad, kid. Not bad. 11,000 in volume, $3.9 million market cap. I was pulling away from DACAT. I was hoping that DACAT would keep up with it. But it is, again, Definity seems to be pulling away. It's still at 2.5 cents. So for me, it's still a bargain. I am supposed to get the money, a small amount of money next week. It is probably going to be split between half OMI and half DEVVE. Maybe I'll take a quick rant for myself to just have fun with, but for the most part, it's going to be that. I'm just so heavy in Definity already. I don't really need more. I mean, of course I want more. Give me $1 million and I'll buy half the shit out there. But that is not the amount that I'm getting. Anyway. Now, yeah, it's gone from the green app. It was under, damn it. I won't be able to read it. No. It's all good. Maybe next time. So that's Definity. Let's do DEVVE here real quick. Let's go over and I think we have some things to go over with DEVVE as well over on their, from their Telegram. I'm trying to, there we go. So down about 0.5% today to 45 cents. Keep going lower, bro. Keep going lower. Let me get that sweet entry next week. That sweet entry next week. Okay. Take some of my creatine there. Also, this happened at 8. Give me 1 second to go to my notes. Shit. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, so I've had 152 grams of protein today with only 1,200 calories. Okay, all right, and that was at what, 2,000? Okay, 2,000 hours. I am on first class tomorrow because it was like $47 to go to first class. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. They're gonna try to. The flight's not till like 2. I do want to have a small little workout tomorrow, but apparently, because of the freaking government shutdown, air traffic controllers and TSA are like not showing up, and a lot of flights are delayed, and yeah. So again, flights are delayed, and I do want to get there early. I like to get there a couple hours early. Bring my passport too, because I never got one of those real IDs. So just bring your passport. It's like, it's fine. I'm not gonna lie, my friends are better parents than I would ever be. Oh, okay. 2 cheese. Okay. All right. Who knows it? Jesus. Okay. Sorry, guys. Yeah, they're gonna. Well, let's say if the flight's at 2, get there at 12, so leave by 11:30. That should be fine. But again, if the TSA is like, oh, I don't know. My bonus finally cleared Coinbase after a week. Got more DEVVE today. Let's go. You got a good entry point. I'm so jealous. So jealous. I'll get more. I got a dollar cost average. I mean, if anything, I should really just chuck it all into OMI. Dollar cost average there because my cost is so freaking high. Yeah, I don't know how much I'll do. I'll get up to 285. I'll do another 10 million only. At least get up to 285. We'll see. Love to get to 300, but I don't know if that's possible. Unless it goes down. If it goes down, I'll get up to 300, but I don't think it will. Anyway, DEVVE here, 157,000 in volume. Ouch. That is not a good hump day for DEVVE. $39 million, almost a $40 million market cap. All right, come on. Let's go. Go down for like another week, please. Now watch it next week be like 69 cents. for like $6. But okay, well, rip and pasta. Crypto Rain. I did a video on that last night. Well, it was asked in a OMI homie show last night. If you had to sell all of your OMI or all of your DEVVE, what would you and why? And I told people that for me, because I have such a giant loss if I sell OMI now, I just can't do it. So that's why I would sell DEVVE. But I do think DEVVE does outperform. I think OMI does that 100x, but I think DEVVE can do that 1000x plus. So that's why. It's not because of lack of ROI. Again, I think DEVVE does outperform, but you know what happens first? I don't know. It would be great if OMI ran first. On my luck, it probably won't, but yeah, I think it would be great if OMI ran first, and then I could just, God, I'd buy so much other awesome stuff, more Definity, more DEVVE. Yeah. Anyway, let's go over some of their stuff from yesterday and today, and we do have a bit to go over. Because I wasn't able to go over everything yesterday or anything yesterday because we had the show, OMI Homie show. You have Tom saying night shift represents a particularly difficult type of interaction, so I will make this my formal warning. For me, he's getting closer and closer to a ban. Any particular post is okay. Any particular post seems like a reasonable criticism, but when you constantly ask the same things that have already been answered, are always the first to point out issues that don't really exist, especially when one knows the details behind the scenes, and don't fully engage with the community in a positive way, it becomes clear over time that they are not positive part of community. If every statement is negative and there are no positive statements or acknowledgments that they were wrong or acknowledgments of trade-offs, then that person is a net negative for the community. And over time, it comes out and becomes unacceptable. He was a loud critic, complaining that the website was not going to be on time before the end of the quarter. The end of the quarter was not a hard deadline to start, but it ended up being on time and was done well. And after all the complaining he did, there was not the slightest acknowledgement from him in the community that he was wrong and created FUD for no reason. If every statement is negative, then why be here? It's a dumb strategy if you hold a bag. Crypto space is dominated by momentum more than any other industry I've seen. If you say negative things, particularly unwarranted things, then others jump on it and it grows. This interaction itself is a perfect example. You have someone who is often a thorn in our side, i.e. The website example from above, who continually pushes and creates negativity. Then when you push back, someone who hasn't been following the totality of the interactions gets offended if a mod does push back. Going to ban people who very softly FUD over long periods if they do not correct themselves when called out, as I'm doing now. As I said this is my official warning. He responds again and Matt ends. Saw your other note deleted. I'll be frank, I don't know you. You don't have enough history to be in here and criticizing mods. Especially when you include night shift as your example, which shows me it's not a well thought out comment. You made your point and I listened, but do not continue with this unless you have something more valuable to add. I'm not gonna lie, I wish VeVe and Akomi did this, because there are plenty of people out there that at least should at least be warned like this. And again, they're mostly gone now. I think at this point, if you're like a fudder of VeVe, it's like, okay, you're really showing the you can't see the forest where the trees are in the way. And again, it's fair to criticize. Like I just criticized him before. You can't search on, you know, for a single comic. Fantastic Four #1. When I searched that, it took like 40 comics to get to Fantastic Four #1. I don't think it should be. So again, I don't. I feel like everyone calls me a moon boy, which is fine. Sometimes I am, but I think certain criticisms are okay. But when you only criticize, just doesn't really help. And especially if the criticisms are something that's been answered before. Genos X says it's very simple and it has always been. Why the hell would anybody have a bag, FUD himself? I never understood that really. I'm holding since years, and all I can say is that the communication is more professional than in any other channel that I was in. Normally, quiet is a bad signal, but not in the case of DEVVE. The team is working so much in the background because it's a legit company. People are complaining who never saw or signed a contract. I can't imagine how stressful and complicated things have to be to get things done on the level of Tom. The whole team has my respect since the beginning. Preach. And Matt ends, thank you for this clarity. Tom Anderson responds, nice response, thanks. I didn't see what happened with Breyesh. If mods make a mistake and someone gets silenced inappropriately, that is something I can make sure is fixed and handled better in the future. You can DM me if you want to look into it, or if this conversation sets the right understanding for everyone, then we're good. Oh God, there's so many of these here. And this is more from Tom. Saying, I was a little surprised when I saw the positive interaction though. I always try and be fair, so I pointed the positive interactions out. One bit of perspective I have that others perhaps don't, relevant to night shift, and this is true to a lesser extent with mods too, who have inside information at times, is that I know details and facts behind the scenes that others don't, and his interactions are perhaps more negative in that light. The website interactions he had were frustrating for me to read because they were flat out wrong. I could jump in and say how wrong they were because we had a launch plan, and others were getting riled up and creating a lot of negativity. That was indeed FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It was playing on fear, uncertainty, and doubt that we weren't going to hit any milestones, and others jumped in. Then, when we did come out with it, well and on time, it was deafening silence to me, and that he didn't say anything. So it sounds absolutely like a fair assessment. I probably too strongly threatened banning then. I do really dislike, though, very soft FUD over a long period, even if not the intent, that is the result. This might be Night Shift saying, I want to clarify where I'm coming from. I'm one of the few who goes above and beyond for DEVVE, and everything I've done has been with the intention of helping the project grow. The reason I took a break and went quiet was because I recognized I was getting emotional, and in hindsight, that break was needed. My frustration about the website came from the fact that I was putting out high-quality posts and driving traffic behind the scenes elsewhere, but there was nowhere to send that momentum. That's what pushed me to ask direct questions. If I wasn't as active as I am, maybe it would have flown under the radar, but because I care deeply, it sometimes comes across as harsher than intended. I'll also say this now, the website looks fantastic, and I can see the effort that's gone in. In hindsight, yes, some days I let emotions get the better of me, and because I'm a bull, it can get construed as FUD when I'm really just pushing for clarity. My intent has always been to support the project, and I'll continue to do that, but in a more constructive way moving forward. I can tell you that he is. He goes on to say, anyone who hasn't visited the unofficial, we've been running a raid campaign to test whether we can drive real awareness to DEVVE. The idea is simple. Organized, smart, and respectful raids on large aligned YouTube channels that have 250,000 subscribers and above. Commitment, around 50 raiders per video so comments actually get traction. Targets is 10 videos from 10 different channels over the course of a week. An approach. Keep comments factual and relevant. Sharing the white paper, official sites, and highlighting unique features like self-custody with fraud, theft, loss protection, and instant atomic settlement. No baseless hype. Oh, shit. Tracking starting point is 10,098 holders. Main chat members, 22,029. After the 10 raids, we'll review to see if there's measurable growth or any valuable interactions from the channels. If yes, we scale. If not, we chalk it up as an experiment and move on. Tom says this was a great response. Thank you all. All water under the bridge, and great to be moving forward with you. I think the thing to do for you and everyone really is to think about the strategy of your posts, particularly keeping in mind how the crypto space is. If you write something negative, then others who are less sophisticated and less knowledgeable also jump in and say something negative. Then others do as well, and so on. If you have a bag, it's not a good strategy. So in my view, it's important to think strategically about your posting. I answer DMs to those who are in the community. I don't answer many DMs from people trying to sell me something. So if there is a legit information or strategy any of our long-term supporters want to understand from me, you can check in with me. And that is Tom from DEVVE, and I don't know if we have anything today. I don't think we do. We do not. So that is DEVVE. Let's do DACAT and see what they're up to today. DACAT actually has an announcement. I think within 24 hours we'll get that announcement, right, DACAT? Hey, oh my gosh, I can't wait. Also, I'm really hungry. Hungry, but I'm fat. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. Okay. DACAT is up 1% on the day with $550 in volume, very low. $2.2 million market cap, $558,000 in liquidity. All right, DACAT, I see you. I see you there. I have 2 meetings for DeCat, actually at New York Comic Con this week. And then we have an announcement tomorrow. The announcement, I think, will have people say, like, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know y'all did that. That's cool. There are some people who'll be like, I don't know what that is. That might not be news to them. There'll be some people that think, oh, that's actually really good. I didn't expect that. But again, depends on where you are there, especially in Web3. I look forward to it. I might be in the air when it gets announced. If I am, as soon as I land, first class, as soon as I land, I'll go and requote it. I think I have to wait in the airport for like an hour anyway. And then I'll go, yeah. And then tomorrow, and then I have that meeting tomorrow at 8, but also I'll have a new sponsor for the channel next month. I don't know what time next month, but mid-November. And then I'll see people. I don't know where the thing is tomorrow. I'll talk to. Oh, Sparky doesn't get in until Friday. Well, wherever it is tomorrow, I'll find out. I'll let y'all know. Keep y'all posted. Anyway, that's the cat. I originally thought we would be done by November. We're probably not going to be done until December. It's just stuff had to get added in, and other stuff was added, and it's like I don't. Part of this is my fault, is because despite it being called DeCat Chronicles, DeCat didn't have the most screen time, like by a long shot. It was a lot of Pro the Doge and Charlie the Mollusk and like Chavez. Who the heck is that? An amazing character, by the way. But it just, Manny and Maria the Mollusk were in there. Yeah, amazing appearances by Crappy Bird. You have a couple of, but it's just, it was originally 45 pages and DeCat was in like 8 of them. Like DeCat, I think, was just in like 8 of the 45 pages. Because there's so many different things going on. So now that it's 80 pages, DeCat's going to be in like 20 of them, maybe. I don't know. We just had to add more pages for DeCat in there, because out of the pages that we had to turn 1 page into 2 pages, and that happened multiple times. It happened with a lot of the pages that DeCat wasn't in. It did happen with 1 or 2 pages that Cat was in, but basically we went from 45 pages and it's going to be 80 pages now. And it might be more. So I don't think this is going to come out in November. Probably going to have to wait till December, which is very unfortunate, but it's, what it is. Anyway, that's the cat news. Let's do what we got here. Let's do Shiro. So actually, before I do Shiro, I want to see what DeLorean's been up to, because the sponsorship ended, but we're at 00339. Still 11 million in volume, almost a $13 million market cap. Okay. All right, good. Pump those bags, girl. All right, let's do Shiro. Shiro down about 1% on the day, $2.94 million market cap, 362,000 in volume. Okay, let's see what they have on X. I think on the X. Meow, meow, meow. On one of the plushie giveaway. Don't forget to join us. They have a nice little, or maybe that's a jellyfish one. Yeah, it's a jellyfish one. It looks like the jellyfish dance. Look what we can build when we work together. It is the Great Wall of Shiro, the green brick wall. I thought that was really cool. Really cute. Give that a like. So 56,000 followers on X. Good for you, Shiro. I think that's one that does really well when the meme narrative takes off, because of the wonderful things he does. You have Binance and MEXC that constantly are posting cats. It's like every day. It is every freaking day. Here's the last one. I know I took a picture of it the other day too, or maybe I didn't take a picture of it. Oh yeah, MEXC and Bybit, more cats. So it's just, yeah, how I see it. Anyway, let's try OMI. See what the Okomi is up to. And Okomi's down 3% on the day to 00030. That's not a good look for it, but that's going to make me get a little more next week. Keep a little more OMI. Let's go to CoinGecko and take a look at how much volume is on there. It did actually touch 00029-ish today, and then it went right back up from there. 9.8 million in volume, $82 million market cap. Croner, give me those dabs. Oh, my back. Okay. Yep, it hurts. But good hurt. I'm just gonna have to hang on, guys. I'm just gonna have to hang real quick on my hang on this rubber. I don't know if that did anything. Might have stretched it a little bit. Okay. Like I said, might get a little tiny workout tomorrow. I might not. I don't know. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna take my blankie here, and we're gonna put it over the toes because it gets a little chilly down here sometimes. This one in the grocery store. Gonna get the taco meat from the grocery store. Okay. Moving on here. Oh God, there's 13. Breaking. Trump says Israel and Hamas have both signed the first phase of our peace deal. Let's freaking go. Trump says, I'm very proud to announce that Israel and Hamas have both signed off on the first phase of our peace deal. This means that all of the hostages will be released very soon, and Israel will withdraw their troops to an agreed upon line as the first steps toward a strong, durable, and everlasting peace. All parties will be treated fairly. This is a great day for the Arab and Muslim world, Israel, all surrounding nations, and the United States of America. And we thank the mediators from Qatar, Egypt, and Turkey who worked with us to make this historic and unprecedented event happen. Blessed are the peacemakers. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. Send it. Send it. Send our bags. Let me give some hearts over here. Love or hate the man, he's funny and he gets stuff done. Let's see if this is have any effect on our bags. Probably not, but Bitcoin's up 1% on the day. ETH's up 1% on the day. Solana's up 3.5% on the day. Dogecoin up 2%. Everything else pretty negligible. Mantle, I have no idea what they are. They're up 21% today. Nothing really noteworthy here. Ooh, Zcash is up 36%. Good for them. Pudgy Penguins up 6%. Nice, nice. Yeah. Official Trump token up 2.8%. That's still in the top 100 somehow. I had a buddy of mine. I was at Token 2049, and he said, listen, last year at Token 2049, the SEC was going after everything. They were just, it was open season for them. They're like, oh, this is a security. That's a security. Gary Gensler is probably one of the worst humans in history. I hope bad things happen to him forever. And everyone at Token 2049 last year was just talking about launching a meme coin because that was the only thing that the SEC hadn't figured out how to go after. So yeah, that was wild. And now this year, half the people there are institutions. Now, granted, half the people that are talking at these things are still in their like 4-year-old Bored Ape Yacht Club shirt, and they're still whatever. But half the guys that are talking are like in suits. They're like real people that they're not these degens that are gambling with like grandma's inheritance. They are. This is a major shift, and this is just the first year, guys. This is just the first year. We got a few more years of Trump. We got a few years of good economic policy, might have these revenue checks from tariffs. I'm feeling pretty good about this. And I know, hey, everyone, they don't really care about that. They just want to blow off top. That's fine. I hope that happens as well. But let's see what we got here. Final Bammer says, do you think the market will rip out of Supreme Court? Here's Trump tariff case on November 5th. Market is waiting. Listen, we got one rate cut already. It's like a 98% chance we get another one this month. I don't know what it's. No, Jen. Oh, Jen, my bae. She's not going to be there. Oh, sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin's near all-time highs. ETH is, it's ETH. It's what it is. But I think why people are not really as bullish here is because a lot of people are in altcoins. And yeah, you have BNB that went nuts. You have Solana that went nuts. You have all these other stuff. But a lot of people are also in microcaps. And Bitcoin's really the only thing that's up at all. Again, BNB's at all-time highs and stuff like that too. But Bitcoin's really the only thing that's super pumped so far. That's why it doesn't really feel like it yet. Like Bitcoin's not really bringing that much else up with it. When ETH goes parabolic and Dogecoin and Solana and everything else, Cardano and all that happens, and we're in a true phase 3, and then it's like, okay, altcoins next, microcaps next, let's go. But right now, we have Bitcoin at all-time highs. We have rate cuts that have happened last month, and they'll happen again this month. I mean, I don't know what kind of the market's waiting for. Maybe they're waiting for some other bills to pass. Maybe they're waiting for the government to get back and such. I don't know. Maybe that's one of those things. We'll see. Oh, geez. Okay, that's fine. We're just going to have to wait and see. Hopefully the wait's not too much longer, but I'm not going to lie, though. Rain says it's coming. Crypto Rain says it's on its way, but I don't want to say anything for sure, but I know that if DEVVE announces their exchange partner this quarter, likely mid-December, maybe late December, if they do that, DEVVE should run. And if that's the only thing that runs in this year, so be it. I'll take some profits on DEVVE a lot sooner than anyone else will. I'll probably take some profits like $5, but okay, got to take a little. Yeah, I'll just absolutely go ham on OMI and Definity. So that's what I'm thinking now. Because regardless of what the rest of the market's doing, even if we're not in that phase 4 alt season yet, we'll probably be in 2026. DEVVE should run just based on the awareness that comes to it from the announcement of who their exchange partner is. And I'm not going to lie, that's going to be really sweet. And then we get to find out what type of partnership it is, and we get to, yeah. And then the exchange, I can't wait. I can't wait. But for what everything else takes, we might have to wait until next year before you have like actual alt season phase 4. But we'll see. All right, let's get to what's today, Wednesday. I went over that. I'm just looking at Monday's thing here real quick. Stacker on Monday said Stacker monthly recap. OMI trading volume of 1.3 billion, resulting in a burn of 26 million. Top 5 collectibles by volume are Todd McFarlane, a Comey Secret Rare logo, partner statue, Superman, and Spider-Man Secret Rare. Top 3 comics by volume were MC1, Amazing Spider-Man #1, and AF-15. Hunter Horsley said, this is huge. New special report from Morgan Stanley. We aim to support our financial advisors and clients who may flexibly allocate to cryptocurrency as part of their multi-asset portfolios. GIC guides 16,000 advisors managing $2 trillion in savings and wealth for clients. We're entering the mainstream era. Preach. Definity says, with the Series A raise incoming, Definity Network is unlocking serious firepower, more liquidity, more marketing, more momentum. Definity is ready to thrive in fully organic, high-performance markets. Let's get this bread. Why am I getting this bread? I'm getting this bread because of the wonderful things he does. I'm getting this bread because, well, I own part of the company, and this is great. I love this game. Oh, J. Dean. Fidelity and Bitwise have bought another $172 million worth of Bitcoin early yesterday morning. Whales are buying even at all-time highs. I think they might know something. That's a good quote. That is a good quote. Ooh. Charles Bukowski, man. Some lose all mind and become soul. Insane. Some lose all soul and become mind. Intellectual. Some lose both and become accepted. Oh my God, Charles Bukowski. Freaking love that man. Here I am. 9 years ago with my boy Erica. She's a girl, but I've known her for 15 years now. We dated back in the day, and I was just yoked as fuck as Bane. That was a great night. Oh God, here's me taking on Jon Stewart, Green Lantern. Me as Bane. Love that shiz. Me taking on Black Superman. God, I miss my body when I was young. Ask Crypto Real says, this man has bought $970 million worth of Bitcoin in a single day, and you think the top is in? Nay, Bitcoin is going much higher in Q4. I think. Congressman Thomas Massey says, the best thing about government shutdown is no chemtrails. That is wild for a congressman to post that. That's hysterical. Jesus. India will launch its own will launch its own crypto, should be, backed by its central bank. Also, the S&P 500 is going to launch a Bitcoin and crypto-focused index. Billionaire Paul Tudor says that Bitcoin is digital gold. Boy. Fundraising for the U.S. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve can start any time now, says Senator Cynthia Lummis. Good for you, Cynthia. Good for you. New York Stock Exchange owner Intercontinental Exchange invests $2 billion in Polymarket, the largest private round in crypto history. Let's go. Took the dog to the vet yesterday. He was not happy about it. $160 million worth of crypto longs were liquidated yesterday between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. They got wrecked. In total, global spot Bitcoin ETFs have now taken over 1.47 million Bitcoin with 89% US dominance, and publicly traded treasury companies hold over 1 million Bitcoin with MicroStrategy dominance at 63%. New York Stock Exchange owner Intercontinental Exchange near deal for $2 billion stake in Polymarket, and the S&P introduces Digital Markets 50 crypto index for diversified exposure. Charlie Fisher. Whew. Order 66 on the 501st Legion. He's got number 66 common Vader. The Vader Samurai's got number 66 common, the number 501 rare, number 77 common, and the 77 rare. Oh my God, that dude is a beast. It's awesome. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about this, did we? We didn't talk about David pulling out a gold and silver VeVe logo gift. It is looks to be a coin. It looks to be silver that's like plated in gold. These look to be a couple $100, and they're being given to the gold and silver VeVe logo holders in Vegas. Right now, I'm going to get 3 of them because I have 3 logos. Now, maybe, I have 4 logos at that time, or I have 1 logo at that time. I don't know. We'll see if certain things happen. If DEVVE does a 10x by that time, I'm gonna get another logo, maybe 2. Oh, we have this dude named Bombtastic, and now at first, Bombtastic looks a little unassuming, right? He's like, all right, he's streaming, maybe he's gaming. What's he doing? What is this? You know, 22,000 followers on X. Okay, all right. You know, a new person. My collectible says Stay Bombastic is the newest partner in the affiliate program, and then I took a look at his channel, and he has 720,000 subscribers, and he usually gets tens of thousands of views on each video. I was like, well, my guy, let me make some room. Have all the room you want, girl. And then I think he had today an ad in one of his videos as well. So I will watch your career with great interest. In that comment. Thomas Massey says the government is shut down, but the House refuses to go back in session. Why are we in recess? Because the day we go back into session, I have 218 votes for the discharge petition to force a vote on releasing the Epstein files. And Speaker Johnson doesn't want that to be the news. Thomas Massey. All right, let's release those Epstein files. Let's see. Love that. And I don't really pay attention to the new Star Wars comic stuff with the, you know, like the action figure stuff, but Gary O has been on top of that, and he's like, dude, another one just sold out. It's like, how? I didn't think there was this much demand for them, but I guess there are. Cool. We had O'Milly the other day saying, is DC Official Comics coming to VeVe Official via Dynamite? Clearly that had a wrench thrown in it. That storyline is gone. I am not. Jesus. I don't know why I took a screenshot of that. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon says the U.S. government shutdown will not hurt financial markets. Cool. BlackRock has just bought $44 million worth of Ethereum yesterday at 1:53 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, there's stuff with Debbie that I went over. Sunku says, now crypto is a serious industry. Oh, awesome. I just mentioned this. In 2024, the biggest Token 2049 takeaway was Must Stop Murad's legendary memes talk, which ignited the AI meme rally by the end of the year. We were all buying GOAT, Fartcoin, Zero Bro, in addition to SPX, Retardio, and Peanut. Launching a meme was the only legal thing left to build, buy, or trade. Even presidents launched their own meme after that run. 12 months later, we're back at Token 2049, and the big theme is institutions are finally here. That's RWAs and stablecoins are all worthwhile of institutional interest. Half the speakers were in suits, and most side events had big institutional sponsors. Exactly what I just said. Got to run a real estate. Oh, wow. Prep as Acton, Webster. Oh, my God. Clear home. Oh, God. There's a not seeing much for 2-3 hours. Oh, God. Not sleeping much. Busy week. Don't forget to rest, friend of mine. We'll miss you. Hearts. Love my friends. They're so cute. She's actually really cute, but she lives in a faraway land, a place that I don't like to visit. VeVe Gold coin. All right, so for this VeVe Gold coin, okay, hang on. Affiliate link. Yep, check them out. Instagram. Okay, cool, fantastic, awesome. So there was a collector at Decon that bought over $37,000 worth of VeVe physical stuff there. I repeat, there was somebody that bought over $37,000 worth of stuff from the VeVe booth, physical collectibles. I was like, God damn, David, what on earth? I can't wait to talk to him about that. But David, who bought $37,000 worth of stuff? Oh, God, okay.
Exactly. Rest is a big priority. That's why I'm not going. I would have hustled from the office, gone to Comic-Con, slept just enough, and then been on camera. No, you're going to be on camera, acting as an actor. You don't want to be tired the night before. And I don't even know my lines. So have a great time. Sad to miss it, but they keep doing it on the busy week. October and September is always busy. You got to do it like November, December, January, February. Dead time. Nothing's going on in February ever. Love is slow.
Love is slow. Like a really like a really tall bee. I will. Want me to get you anything? Question mark. Yeah. Who we got here? Mr. MC1 reposted the stream. My man. It's been a while. I know you've been taking care of things on your end. I hope you continue to do that. And if you're going to New York Comic Con, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to hug you. I can't wait to squeeze you and smell you. I don't have a sense of smell, so you can. But I can't wait to go. And if you're not there, I'll see you in Vegas. But you let me know either way. So yeah, I want to know who bought $37,000 worth of stuff at DCon in Hong Kong. Were they local? Were they just? Again, we'll see. Total spot Bitcoin ETF volume surpassed $7.5 billion yesterday. Jesus. Institutional FOMO is here. Ash Crypto Real says 150K to 180K is incoming. If you talk to Josh Mandel, he thinks 444 by next month. The SEC plans to formalize innovation exemption for crypto companies by the end of this year. Let's go. Maya, Maya. All right, SEC plans to formalize innovation exemption. I just read that. Apparently, according to Wat Mamas, the best Chinese food in Chinatown is Wo Hop 17 on Mott Street. Use the downstairs restaurant, and apparently it's where everyone goes. So I might do that one of these days. Oh gosh. Akomi requotes Stacker, saying, September was a great month for OMI on Stacker World. Leaderboard rewards continue in the month of October with another 100 million OMI up for grabs in the weekly and monthly leaderboards. How are your collecting journey? With OMI, let's go. Maintenance alert, okay. VeVe was offline yesterday. Yep, that's for the update. Granite Shares funds files for 3x levered ETFs that include Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and XRP. Okay. Global assets under management for Bitcoin funds crossed over $200 billion. Woo. And you have NVIDIA is going to take up to $2 billion equity stake in Elon Musk's XAI, Bloomberg reports. All right. I see you. I feel you. Mind go on, near, far, wherever you are. Okay, so we have Julian Montoya saying, why does only logo holders get rewarded? What about us Golden Moments holders? I'm sure that people have told him already. Julian's the guy's name, right? Yeah. Let's say if let's say if VeVe had Jocko Milk, like if they Jocko Milk protein shake on a digital protein shake. I don't know why anyone would buy that, but whatever. It's Jocko. I want to support him. And let's say Jocko is really strict with his IP, and be like, and David goes to Jocko saying like, hey man, we have a bunch of weightlifters and athletes, such as Josh Emmett in our community, and they would love, like, if you would hold one of these to be able to get some utility, some free Jocko, some free stuff. And Jocko's like, well, they got the digital collectible from it already, why do they need to get more stuff? And it's like, well, it's just something that a lot of Web3 people do. Like, for buying it, they get gifts sometimes. Like, does anyone else do it? Well, we do it for our IP. Does anyone outside of you do it? Like, very, very few. I'll pass. I could picture that conversation going something similar like that with Disney, where again, Stacker had teased that VeVe NFTs would be interoperable. The only way that happens is if Disney signs off on it for a way to guarantee their 6%. And this is not to say that Disney doesn't do charity in the millions of dollars every year, if not tens or hundreds of millions of dollars every year. They do. But Disney's also, they have sharks for business people. Does anyone else get random pain in their chest like multiple times a month? Is that just me? They're sharks, and they're not going to give away stuff for free when they don't have to. So everyone else, like all the other licensors, see, okay, VeVe, how is your gold logo? And I don't know what it is. It's like $5,000. It might be less, but let me see. Oh God, hiccups. Go to VeVe Gold. Oh, I'm back. 12 of them in the market. It's $5,200. Mr. Squeebs is selling his for $5,200, but if you have OMI, you can get it for $4,900 for OMI. So, you know. Everybody, how'd you do that? How does it get so big? So she said, how does the price of your collectible keep going up? Like, well, we give it utility. Oh, you have to give away stuff each year. Okay, yeah. VeVe can do whatever they want to do with their IP because it's their IP. But to do giveaways on others' behalf, like that, it's just not. They're not going to sign off on that. It's just not going to happen. I like for Brockman Blockchain, it's different because the dude's a saint, and he just, you know, gives away stuff all the time. And if you want to get giveaways, buy all the Fisha stuff. Brock does giveaways and airdrops all of the time. Buy his stuff. I would not expect to get anything from having a complete golden moment set, because like you already got something for having a partner statue. You got like 6 months or a year's worth of free Disney Plus. And that being said, I have 2 partner statues, and I bought them. Granted, one is the cat's, right? Like one is theirs, and one, you know, is mine. But still, I bought 2, and I bought them knowing, not knowing, but I bought them expecting to never receive anything from it other than the ROI that I get when I sell. And because it, again, why would they? There's no need. People already have them. It's already one of the most important pieces in NFT history. And it comes down to the IP rights. Like they're just not going to do it. Like I know we would want it. I don't have a full golden moment set, but I have 2 partners. If I really wanted to go and get a full golden moment, I could if they were doing that. But you know, it just doesn't seem like that's going to happen anytime soon. And this is the best thing that VeVe can do, is to show other licenses and IPs. This is how we're doing it at VeVe. This is how, like, you and your double first appearance, that's worth $1,400. Great, we're worth 4x that. So, you know, on our IP, on our gold logo. So get wrecked. Anyway, Pine of Embers, my chest pain isn't random. It's when I have to deal with coworkers born after 2000 who don't work. Bro, there was a post on Reddit today. I don't know if it was like ask old. I think it was just like ask anything or ask whatever the subreddit was. And the kid was like, "Hey, older folks, what were airports like before 9/11?" I asked this as I was born in 04. I was like, "Oh, 4, how young?" And then it was like, "Oh my God, the kid's like, he's 21. He could be in his 3rd year in college, 3rd year in the military. Dude could be a staff sergeant by now, leading other troops." And I was like, "Oh, 4. Oh my God, that is a young person." But it's like, yeah, it was wild when I first started serving with kids. I don't want to say kids. You're in the military, you're an adult. But yeah, serving with I remember serving with someone, especially in the desert, when you're downrange and the person's like 18, 19, I was like, good for you. Make me feel a little old, but especially when I was listening to like 182 and Simple Plan and Sum 41. Like, why do you listen to such old music? Excuse me, sir. Give him the whole hand. And I was like, Blink 182 and and this is 9 years ago, right? So now it is old. Like now it's like your dad's music. Right? Oh my God, I hate how like some of my friends have kids that are like over the age of 18, and it's like, bro, how are we? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's a wild one, because I have a lot of older friends, and you know, and their kids were kids, and now they're like adults. Like, dude, you can vote. You can go to the military and get qualified on all these weapons and explosives. Like, this doesn't seem real. not getting old. Yeah, Planet Vampire, can you give me a rundown of like what it is that you do and what the kids refuse to do or don't do, or you have to like yell at them to do? Because I'm very curious about the next generation. My even people in my generation, like in their 30s, that are just like, oh God, life is so hard. I work every day. It's like, you work 7 days a week? No, Monday through Friday. I was like, okay, so you have like a normal work week. And it's like, yeah, but by the time I get home, I'm exhausted, and then I need the weekend to just recover from everything. It's like, bro, if you're working like 35 hours like that is nothing. Anyway, I'm very curious about the next generation, and I gotta bless the ones that do the work. Anyway, let's keep going. Where did I go here? Where did I go wrong? How can I make it right? That is an old Baha Men song. It's called "Where Did I Go Wrong and How Can I Make It Right." That is a 25-year-old song, give or take. Arcturus yesterday said the OMI world changes November 19th, and it's coming up quickly. That is 5 weeks away. 6 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 weeks away. I can't wait. Bill Gardner is going to be in Vegas as well. Got to get his coin. Gold reached 4,000 yesterday. Me and my friend Erica again at I think it was 2015 Comic-Con. BlackRock has bought $437 million worth of Ethereum early this morning, about 21 hours ago. That is insane. Or buying $500 million worth of ETH. And $11 trillion company BlackRock has bought $900 million worth of Bitcoin as of 12:30 this morning in a single day. Oh my God, we're just not bullish enough, in my opinion. Like, that is Jesus. Oh, okay. Oh God. YZI Labs announced a $1 billion builder fund. Coinbase App Store global rank is now 197. And DDC Enterprises raised $124 million to advance Bitcoin's treasury strategy. Then you have BlackRock's iBit has surpassed Deribit as the top Bitcoin options venue, with its open interest standing at nearly $38 billion, significantly higher than Deribit's $32 billion. Let's go. The Bank of England plans to remove limits on stablecoin holdings. Finally. And Jan Collect says, I'm coming for you on the year-to-date Foster Hill. Time for some OMI Alpha, so you don't lose that first place. And it looks like people were talking about OMI a lot. And I'm actually number 5, which is very strange. But it looks like Foster Hill, Jan Collect, VeVe Viral, and VeVe Meister are the ones that are posting about it most of all. And then me in a distant 5th. Hourly retail employee, kind of specialized in retail merchandising efficiency, then sell after the store opens. Many don't take initiative and don't take pride in their work. I can understand that. Or offer to help others. Man, yeah, you gotta help people. You gotta help people when you can. That's what you do. There's a gold. The Akomi secret rare logo was up to like $3,700. Now I think it's back down to like 2,500, but still, for a time, I think one sold at 3K. Yeah, 2,500 now, but I do think one sold at 3K. However, there are a few who are great. There is hope. Yeah, I think so boomers were the workhorses. Gen X were like no, I think Gen X can work too. I mean, I don't know. Hard to define Gen X. They were like the anti-government, like stick it to the man people, Millennials were just the alcoholics. We are 100% the alcoholics of all of the generations combined. I think Gen Z, that would be the 2000s to like 09 maybe. I think Gen Z, I still get along with a lot of them. I still have a lot of the lingo. I still get, Gen Alpha, I don't think I can relate to really at all. I mean, that would probably be the generation my kids would be in if I were to have kids, or they could be Gen Alpha. I had a kid between, no, they'd probably be Gen Z. I don't know, it'd be weird. Have a kid in like 2011, they'd be like a teenager now. Oh God, that'd be so strange. You know, I had dreams about that one. I had dreams about that a couple of times. One was like this like derpy, like I don't know, like 13, 14-year-old, like kind of like a mini me. And that was interesting. Another one was like this little blonde kid that I had with this other chick. I don't know the mom of the first, but the mom of the other one that I had a dream about. I was like, I had this dream that we had a kid together, and she's like, what did they look like? I was like, she was blonde. I was like, okay, you know, it was very strange. Or maybe it was because she wasn't really. Maybe it was from with another girl, and then she was just the mom. Dude, I don't know. Very strange. I don't know. You ever have that? You ever have any dreams where you have kids in them? My dad was a Vietnam vet. I shoveled sidewalks when I was 11 for money and was told to go back by dark or have my ass beat. That's right. Yeah. Latchkey kids, I feel like. I mean, I was one of those too, which that was great. It's great when your parents work because then you can get away with stuff. You can go in and you can get away with stuff. Good times back in the day. Anyway, let's continue on, shall we? Oopsie, small panic. Rewarded. Yep. Okay. Comment. Yep. $11 trillion company BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF is now the #1 most traded ETF of the week. Bitcoin is taking over Wall Street. Go to Comic-Con, the 9th to the 12th, number 3327. Oh shoot, did I respond to this? Like a really tall bee. Okay, I will get you something. VeVe Viral says, I'm confident that ETH will break new all-time highs at some point between now and Thanksgiving. When that happens, OMI and all other active projects with active communities will blow the F up to the moon and beyond. Hope so. Josh Mandel's, all right, ladies and gents. He's talking about $444,000 Bitcoin by next month. It sounds insane. You got away with telling a woman you had a dream, you had kids together? Well, the type of relationship I had with this chick was that we talked about dreams a lot. So and we were a couple. It's not like we were just like kind of dating and like, hey, second date. I had it. No, like we were together for months. Oh my God, the thing to Donnie. Where the heck have you been? Like, I feel like M, and you're like Bond after he died. And like, Bond, where the hell have you been? Thing to Donnie. Oh my God, it's been quite a while since we have spoken. I think I bought the I think I bought your thing, right, for like $20 once, and you were trying to flip it to a dime. Like, how's that going? How is it? We're still here. Let's go. Yeah, let's let me know how it is. Let me know how it's been. Anyway, oh, Colty's, hey Randy, maybe it's just me, but it sounds to me like you are less bullish about what the peak price OMI will hit this bull market. Update is the current price prediction, guess. My base case is 2 to 4 cents, where that's what I think it probably should hit. The bear case, I don't know, 003 to 006 is like a bear case where like, hey, stuff happens and we go up with the overall bull market, but the NFT season, you know, maybe isn't that strong, or maybe it's just like more on NFTs, not as much on digital collectibles. And you know, VeVe hasn't raised any money, so like clearly they don't need to. But also, if they're not raising money, then like I would love for them to raise money and to sell to like Tesla and Apple, Microsoft, Disney, like something to where it gets the headline. And we just I don't think that's going to happen because of the fact that, you know, they don't need to raise money. So again, bear case, I would say 003 to 006. My base case is 2 to 4 cents, and a bull case would be like 8 to 10 cents. I think that's fair for a bull case. Now there's a golden goose scenario, which can't really happen anymore because VeVeVerse was supposed to be like this huge thing. Like in order for a golden goose scenario to happen, we would need like a gamified like VeVeVerse with IP branded worlds, and it's just we're barely in like phase 1 of that VeVeVerse, and that's just probably not going to happen. Not to say that having not to say that they can't do updates with it, they will, but we're supposed to have gamification, supposed to have IP branded worlds, supposed to have all these things, and it just, where did that go? Could they still release that at some point? Sure. Am I expecting it? No. Other IP that I would want, like Harry Potter, I'd want Lord of the Rings, I'd want Pokemon, I would want and again, there's no other. So I shared a post with my friends earlier today. It was like a few hours ago. Fuck, I didn't mean to click on that. Double fudge. So this has to do with Jesus. Wayne from the Root Network, or I'm sorry, Wayne the non-FUD defender had posted the Root Network, because they were associated with Futureverse at one point. It said, hey, what happened to the uncirculated root supply? TRN Labs won't answer. And it was from a post from the Root Network that was deleted, but somebody screenshot it and it says, new TRN intern here. Just got this new job. Not really sure what I'm doing. I think I applied for the wrong McDonald's. Please like my post so I don't get fired. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, Jesus, man. So after that, we're just like, okay, what is happening here? And apparently the Root Network had posted, please note, this account no longer has any affiliation with the Futureverse. It is completely community run like the Root Network. Everywhere else that tries to do what VeVe does gets wrecked. They get effed because you can't compete with VeVe. It's just impossible. So I sent them a post from November of 2021. What I say, I've said it many times before, a bunch of other companies will take market share, but I believe VeVe Official has already won the decade and has no serious competition. Boom. I've been saying it since early 2021. VeVe has won the decade, and there's no everyone else is competing for a distant second place. So for a golden goose scenario to have, that's one of the things. Like there's no competition. When people go to high-end digital collectibles, VeVe is the only logical choice. So in that golden goose scenario, you need Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Pokemon, DC Comics coming on VeVe would be great, like the actual comics. You would need to have, again, VeVeVerse stuff, blow off top, like just legislation. I think selling a piece of the company to Disney, Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, like whoever, raising money by selling to one of those, that'd make a headline. Because VeVe, like Disney doesn't want to fucking acknowledge us for whatever reason. Like there is zero help from Star Wars, LucasArts, Disney, Marvel. I think Marvel like retweeted one of our stuff, one of VeVe's things, like once this last year. And everywhere else it's just like, bro. So if we can change that and we can go on and just like get them to start marketing for us, that would help immensely. And if we can get that, we can get a golden goose scenario where we can get like 20 cents plus. But I think 8 to 10 cents is like a bull case. Golden goose scenario sounds ridiculous. But obviously, again, even 10 cents is like $30 billion market cap. That's a lot. And I'm not saying it can't do that. It can, but it's a lot. and I don't think it doesn't deserve a $30 billion market cap. But the reason that it can get there is because you'll have a squeeze. People will be talking about, everyone and their sister will be talking about it. So, and then you'll have YouTubers come back again. We just have that dude Bombastic, 720,000 followers on X, gets tens of thousands of views. Now he's just using that referral affiliate link, that referral code, whatever, and he'll get people on here that way. But I think when people like, you have like Cody Thrive that might come back, you might have like other people that can smell opportunity will come in, and that should happen. And you'll get some people that are in here first. They want to try to make some money, and they'll be buying when it's 2 cents. Be like, bro, it's 2 cents. If it goes to $1, it's a 50x, not realizing what market cap is. And you'll have people being like, yeah, it was 2 cents, should have got in there. I missed the boat from 2 cents to 10 cents. Let's buy at 10 cents. And that some of that stuff can happen. Anywho, like Aster. Aster did a 200x, and people are like, yo, should I go in Aster? Yo, and go in Aster. Now, like, everyone's talking about Aster after it did a 200x. That is not the time to talk about or get into something. But it'll happen. And yeah, I mean, I tell people stuff. I tell them like, hey, I just had the stream. Cool. And the woman that I actually told, like, I loved, and I think she loved me at one point, and then other stuff happened, but long story, it was a nice memory. Anyway, that you did, I did called it. What's behind the lower price predictions, if I may ask? It's just a very strange bull market, and to me, this feels like the last couple of weeks in like May or June before school lets out. And it's like, bro, like, we keep hearing summer vacation, but I wake up every day and it's not fucking summer vacation yet. Like, finals is in like 2 weeks. Sure, but like it feels like it's never going to come. So again, the lower price prediction is the fact that the VeVe-verse, and again, kudos to them for doing what they did, because can any normal person make a metaverse? Can any normal person do anything that VeVe's done? No. But you have some pretty awesome things out there. And again, it's exciting. Hey, you know what? We got a jump mechanic. I am going to celebrate all the improvements I can. But at the same time, it's like, we can jump now. And again, great. I'll take the improvement. But in 2022, we were sold with like IP branded worlds and gamification. And there's none of that. And we barely got phase 1, rolled out. I do not believe we get anything extra in the VeVe-verse until maybe mid to late next year. I mean, obviously, other things like, hey, now we don't just have a jump. Like, we have these skins that you can use. Like, like stuff like that is cool, and we'll probably get something like that. But gamification, like getting actual games, or outside of getting actual games, IP branded worlds, I just don't see that happening yet, because the progress that we've seen so far, and I know that's only what they're releasing, the stuff that they're releasing versus the stuff that they're working on. I don't know, like, okay, are they releasing this much, but they actually have this much, ready to go? Or are they releasing this much, but they only have this much, to release? So I don't know what that is. And the lower price is because I can't count on anything from the VeVe-verse being a catalyst. What I am counting on, why I still have that 2 to 4 cent thing in mind, which is still, be advised, if 10 cents is $30 billion and 1 cent is $3 billion, then I'm still looking at Yeah, 10 is 30 billion, one is 3 billion. I'm still looking at over a $10 billion market cap at 4 cents. So it's still pretty freaking large. It's still like a 100+ X from here. 125X from here. But 130X from here. But and again, I know that they're probably waiting for that NFT bull market or digital class bull market to come in, and then they'll start releasing everything. But I just, they had Blackpink. They announced Blackpink. That is one of the craziest licenses ever, and it did nothing. So timing, I don't know how well they can time it. Let's say you have, at Pokemon, but let's say they had Harry Potter, right? Let's say they have Harry Potter, and they have, let's say like Lord of the Rings, and they say we're going to give you some actual high-end 3D digital collectibles of these, and then they do it. That's not going to move the needle. Like that might move the needle like this much, like tiny pump. So I understand why they would have to wait in order to go in and to why they'd have to go in and say, okay, yeah, wait for the NFT bull market. But when they do that, are they going to have it signed off and ready to go? Or do they, suddenly wait till, let's say, January 25th, and then they go to like Lord of the Rings, and they go to Harry Potter and be like, okay, ready to go now. Like, wait, we actually want to wait, a couple months. And because the IP and licenses don't understand Web3, they don't understand cycles, they don't understand crypto, VeVe and David can explain to them till he's blue in the face, listen, it's not going to mean as much if we wait until next year. Like, we have to do this now. So it, can lead a human to knowledge, but you can't make them think. David and Dan and everyone that works at VeVe can go to these licensors and say like, hey, we need to do it like this. And a licensor might agree, or they might say no. So I just think there's the multivariate analysis on what can be done and what should be done. It's just, there's a lot of moving parts. And I just, I see a lot of my friends in high places that are crushing it. And a couple of them probably be billionaires, at least centimillionaires, right? 100 million plus. But I look at some of the people that I knew on that were in kind of my, I don't want to say peer group, whether it was from the military or from school or from wherever, and they're doing okay. They don't have a lot of extra money though. And even a lot of the peeps in Web3, there's it's not a ton of extra money. Or I feel like back in the day, everyone was just like, yeah, 10 grand here, 30 grand there. And now you see that with like the bigger influencers, you see that with the people that have been here a while, but I'm trying to think of where that money is going to come from. And I just haven't seen that shift yet. And retail is not even in. So like, I know that logically that money should come. That money should come from those money market accounts. They should come from retail. But I just, again, you had a rate cut. You're about to get another one. You just have Trump say like, hey, Israel and Gaza just signed the first steps of a peace deal. It's like, you have so many bullish things rolling out, and it's moved Bitcoin, and it's moved some of the top 10, but just the alt season, and it's not, I'll have to reassess when stuff when something goes like 30x, like a legit project, not like a meme coin that does not deserve it, but when a legit project's like, hey, you know what, this did a 30x and it deserved part of it, it's like, okay, now we can talk a little bit more about that. But you see the kind of one-offs, and I'm just not seeing the there's like, again, Bitcoin's at like all-time highs, and the excitement is like not here. It's very, very strange. We'll see what happens. Colby's okay. I've listened to you. It doesn't seem like your prediction has changed that much. I mean, Originally, my base case was 8 to 10 cents. And then now it's just, again, it just doesn't seem like what this was also when we had thousands of users, and now we have like 800, like we'll have like 600 to 12. Sometimes we have like 2,000 users, but you know, the amount of active, it just keeps going down. It's like, dude, like VeVe is crushing it, and the active users. Now this will change. It should change once the what do you call it? This should change once the November 19th rolls out, and suddenly the cash out option is gone, and KYC is gone. Once that happens, you should get a bunch more active daily users, but that's what should happen. Is that what's going to happen? I don't know. Same Donnie says, alas, everything we have is now 100 gems. Oh, saw the last message on the VeVe app about this gems transfer update, November 18th. Can you explain what that is? Yeah, sure. VeVe tried to satisfy everyone back in 2021. The money transmitter license cost them a lot of money, a lot of time on things, and Google and Apple are bitches. And they're just like, yeah, you know what? We're gonna take, every single dollar that's put in, we're gonna take 30% off the top because fuck you, that's why. So VeVe's like, okay, if you want to play that game, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna involve crypto in it with a third party, and yeah, we're still gonna need to make money. Well, but we're gonna, they push the new comics to VeVe Comics, so people pay with credit card, no Apple, no Google fee. Will they do that? And their art, they're one of one, same thing. But VeVe not only has the 30% that they have to take off the top, but they have to pay out everything as if they didn't. So they had that 10% fee, and VeVe just finally said, okay, this is not worth it anymore. We're going to go to no MTF, and also KYC is a barrier to entry. For people to cash out, they need the KYC. And a lot of people that download the app, they get to the KYC part and they say, nope, not doing it. So they once they get rid of cash out, they no longer need to have KYC. So that's a big reason why. So getting more users and also not having to cash out means that every dollars go into VeVe, but they don't come out. They don't have to pay it out. So that's a reason why. And if you want to turn those gems into coin, buy something and then just sell it on Stacker. He says, I agree. This man is entering spooky season, bro. Apparently, we still have the universal license. Can we get some monsters, please? It is October. I have been asking for this for years. Spratu. The mummy. How many, like werewolves, like how many monsters there are? We have Chucky. Cool. I like Chucky. I have some Chucky. Chucky's cool. VeVe Magic hates Chucky, but I don't. I like him. Why we don't have this like monster is beyond me. I just, oh God, I would love this stuff. I would love it. Cynthia Lummis says she's working to eliminate taxes on small Bitcoin transactions. My bay. Nancy Mace says Trump is the president of peace. Agreed. Give her some hearts on that. We got gold has gained 4.77 trillion in just 45 days, nearly 2x Bitcoin's entire market cap. Markets are now starting to view gold and Bitcoin as correlated assets in the same macro trade. Once gold tops out, we will see liquidity flow into Bitcoin. Next, Bitcoin pump will melt bases. Where are you at? I know, right? I want it. Thank you for clarifying. No problem. Yeah. The Bakers, hey, have a great day, everyone. How's it going? We have good times here. Good times today. Alex M says, hey, Randy. Hope you're having a great day. Do you think I still have time to buy this low as I'm getting a big payday in about 8 to 9 weeks? I'm scared to miss the run. That'll be early December, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. December 10th. That's my friend Dario's birthday. Honestly, you still might even have time to buy DEVVE at that point. I don't think they announced their exchange partner until mid-December. I'm going to say you probably do. I'm going to say you probably do have to buy either DEVVE, DEFINITY, or OMI, possibly all three. I don't think all of them will run. I think there's like a 15% chance that none of them run by that point, and you might still be able to stack. Now, there's also a chance that, you know, each of them go like 10x by that point. So, you know, but again, it's just Bitcoin's at all-time highs, and just the sentiment is just not there. So I think that you probably have a good while left. I don't think I think most of alt season will happen in 2026. Hopefully, early 2026 should be the first half, but hopefully the first quarter. But I mean, again, anything can pump at any moment. I'm just, you know, I just don't see it. Like, we have so much bullish stuff, and like retail's not in, and just kind of nothing's happening yet. So you probably do. I would give you probably a 80% chance that one of those things, whether it's OMI, DEVVE, or DEFINITY, has not run yet. At least one of those things, and maybe DACAT. Well, the cat will move because it moves with ETH. But you probably have a decent chance to get at least one of those things at these prices. Maybe lower. Who knows? But also, again, there is a chance that all three of them move. I hope not. I hope one of them moves first, and then put money into the others. Because I think the majority of the money that will flow into VeVe and OMI will come from crypto whales who will realize how easy it is to manipulate floors. Lots of easy money and to be made once there's traffic. Agreed, 100,000%. That is likely what will happen. Sorry, got. Oh my gosh. As a text might. Jesus. Buy them all. Okay, cool. Kaidence says, after the gem change, I wonder if there are accounts out there with large gem balances that could be unbanned, because then their cash out would be on users and on VeVe. Probably, I hope not. I hope if they're banned for reasons, I hope they stay banned. But that's, you know, I'm going to take a picture of that, and maybe I'll talk about that in another video. Cloudy. Okay. Oh gosh. All right, we still have a bunch of news to go over. It's not that much news, but it's a little bit of news. Comment section is not going how you'd hoped. Jack Dorsey's Square introduced a Bitcoin wallet solution to enable local businesses to accept Bitcoin payments with 0 fees. Sweet. Over that. Okay, the DEVVE roundup was today, and there is DEVVE utility talked about at the 6-minute 37 mark. Upcoming essential infrastructure at 9:01, simplicity of DEVVE network at 11:17, simplifying the onboarding process 14:08, and final slots at 16:32. So that was today's roundup. The world's largest crypto prediction platform, Polymarket, now allows users to directly deposit Bitcoin. Let's go. I got first class for my my flight tomorrow. I repeat, first class for my flight. Very happy about it. IRS to furlough nearly 50% of its staff as part of ongoing government shutdown. Good. Find a vampire. That's where I saw your comment. A whale just bought $90 million worth of Ethereum at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's about 7 hours ago. FOMC minutes state that most Fed officials agree to ease policy more in 2025. More liquidity should be bullish for everyone. Hey, what's this? Hackin Club has 141,000 followers. End-to-end blockchain security and compliance. Partner, born on blockchain, built for what's next. Utilities in one place. Anyway, VeVe Meister says, okay, who's responsible for the redesign of the landing page, VeVe Official? I need you to come forward. I want to send you OMI for a pizza and beer. Look at the section AR photos. Did anyone say slow? Well done. Very well done. VeVe Meister really, really likes the new layout. Miss Gecko says, thank you to the Collectors Hub and VeVe Official for this epic prize. Check out the new show every week. Collectors Hub, Saturday on Spaces at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here you are, bombastic. 2 hours ago, has 1,300 views. Talking about I explored 100% of Battlefront 2015 out of bounds, and then he has a little VeVe ad in there as well. Love to see it. Love to see it. Oh, look at the cat being #1 on Memezilla. Oh, gotta love him so much. Oh, a Trump coin ETF is listed on the DTCC. Interesting. Mahalo Joe says, shout out to True Media Group for the giveaway win this past week on Aloha Friday. Loved the show and always wanted the Noggle glasses. Very nice. Trump says, I was just given a note by the Secretary of State saying that we're very close to a deal in the Middle East. Let's go. Root Network has zero affiliation with the Futureverse now. That is wild. One of my friends just sold a bat cowl for a floor of $250. So there are people there that are still buying. Looks like they're still active a little bit. For the thing from Chris. Okay, we're good. I'm already at almost the 2 hour mark, so let's continue with that. Let's go on X and see what people are talking about. Trump says foreign countries sued because they can't exploit the US anymore. We signed deals and we signed deals. It's not likely anybody was forced. So we signed deals, and the people that brought the lawsuit against us that before the Supreme Court, these are all foreign related countries because all of a sudden they can't take advantage of the United States anymore because we're what? Trump, finish your thought. The Yayo, new Avatar Aang profile, huh? Do you think VeVe brings up in Decon Las Vegas that they no longer need KYC to set up their account since it'll be active just 3 days? Yeah, I think they will. I hope that's a selling point, because it is a selling point for me, in my opinion. That's definitely a big selling point. Good morning. Good morning. Don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. DNC. I'm not going to do that. The future of journalism in this country is bright, says Cam Higby, 180,000 followers over on X. I don't know what this is referencing, but apparently the future of journalism is bright. And Tara Bull had reposted that saying well deserved. Oh, Jesus. There's a lot of not good projects out there. No heckin' way.
Yours. And discover the RGB Smart Implant. RGB Smart Implant. Discover the perfect harmony of technology and aesthetics.
They have
Step into a glowing future that's uniquely yours. And the best part, you're in complete control.
They have
You said, turn it pink with a touch. Boom,
no
it's pink.
heckin' way.
Today? It got the message. Now you're glowing.
They have implants they have light up implants. That is insane. That is gonna be straight fire at the club. Oh no, why would you do? Somebody messaged me at like the most inopportune moment and I accidentally clicked it. That's my B. Secret. Talk about that. Space Penguins saying our supply is backed by BNB coin. I'm going to give them some hearts because I love Space Penguins. They're amazing. Kaidence says they need to make those for men. Boob implants for men or light up peen implants? I'm not sure I know what you mean, but if you wish to explain, I am very curious. Oh, Jesus. Trump says Washington is safe and packed with people again. So we're very proud of Washington. It's a safe place and everybody should. You want to see some beautiful things in Washington, you go there right now. Your biggest problem is you're probably not going to be able to get into a restaurant. They're packed. Very nice. Glad to clean up Washington. David Matsuriego, who has 33 prior arrests, beat a man to death by the New York City subway because the man held a door open for him. David was out of jail on a $1,000 bail for a similar assault. Who are the judges who kept letting him go free? They're complicit. They should also be arrested. Literally should be arresting those judges. All right, let's see what we got here. Trump says Gaza will be peaceful and safe after 3,000 years of conflict. Gaza is going to be peaceful, much safer place. Obviously, it's been blown to pieces, and this is not just by Israel. This is over years and years and years. It's been heartache for many years. A lot of people say this is a deal for 3,000 years. How many times did you say years in one quote there, Trump? So whether you say 500, because some people say 500 based on events, but other people say this is something historic for 3,000 years. Okay, we get it. It's okay. Let's go. It's over 2 hours now, so I'm going to go in and bounce it out of here. Well, we got a comment. Glowing ding dong would go hard. Is that a pun? On topic though, I love the app update. Focus community. Show New Year's what VeVe is. Agreed 100%, sir. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me. Everyone please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Oh my gosh. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashy. I'm gonna make one last video. Bye-bye, Dashy. One last video before I go to Comic-Con. Hey, oh, do you? All right, we need another song. I feel like I always do like Adele, or I always do that other song by Ava Max. We can do another song by Ava Max. I'm all out of song. I'm not gonna cry. Won't give you what you want, cause I look way too good tonight. I'm all out of song. Tears are running dry. All right, love you guys. Bye. Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow.